This Superconducting Submillimeter-wave Limb-emission sounder is aimed at collecting global mappings of the trace gases of the stratosphere. This instrument will observe ozone depletion-related molecules. And it will cover altitudes between 10 and 60 kilometers at latitudes of between 38 degrees south and 65 degrees north along the station's orbit. This global coverage area, or nearly global coverage area, will allow SMILES to be a useful tool in observing the low and mid latitude areas as well as the Arctic region. Just inches away from berthing the SMILES to the Japanese exposed facility. The International Space Station about to pass directly overhead of the Panama Canal at an altitude of 220 statute miles as it continues on a northeasterly track in the final stages of installing the SMILES experiment, which will look at trace gases in the stratosphere, keeping close watch on ozone depletion and global warming. The space station's robotic arm providing a good look at this berthing location on the side of the Japanese exposed facility, as the Japanese robotic arm is maneuvering the SMILES experiment into position. so that its power and data connections can be properly oriented for the final mating, and then latches driven home to secure it in place.
Scuba station, space to ground 2, we are at step 8.11.
We copy and give us a minute for verification.
This is Mission Control Houston as we continue to watch the last stages of the berthing of the SMILES experiment. SMILES again stands for Superconducting Submillimeter-wave Limb-emission sounder.
From that, we need to zoom the camera here. We can proceed with step 8.11.
To the Japanese exposed facility on the end of the Kibo laboratory. A look ahead at the activities coming up on NASA TV a little later. Today's launch by NASA from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station of a set of satellites on a Delta II rocket that's looking at missile tracking technology for the Missile Defense Agency has been postponed until tomorrow due to a small leak at the launch pad. The leak is expected to be fixed, and the launch has been reset for Friday. NASA TV coverage is going to begin at 5 a.m. Central Time for a launch at 7 a.m. Central Time. But today, we'll be sending a satellite out to NASA headquarters for today's regularly scheduled video file at 11 a.m. Central, 12 Eastern. And then after that's completed at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 Eastern, NASA TV will broadcast a science briefing on lunar studies and new findings out of NASA headquarters. And then at 2:30 p.m. Central Time, 3:30 Eastern, we'll also be broadcasting a tweet up using the Twitter feature of the World Wide Web involving the STS-127 crew. And all that coming up later today on NASA television. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Time for continuing coverage of the activities aboard the International Space Station. But for now, with all activities going well aboard the International Space Station as it orbits 220 miles over the Caribbean on a northeasterly track, and we're about ready to grapple the SMILES experiment onto the Japanese exposed facility with teams here in Mission Control, as well as Japan, Russia, Europe, and Canada, all watching closely. This is Mission Control Houston.